All right, guys, we're going to jump on to the next section here, but we're going to kind of do it out of order. So I'm going to head on page 3 here. So you can see I'm going to do, I'm actually going to start on number 17 and 18. So these types of problems are what we call composite functions. And so what those are, it's a function inside of another function. Function inside of a function. All right, so let's see. So let's get started on number 17 here. So on these, you always want to work, I'll put another note here, work inside out. And so on this one, number 17, you can see the furthest inside thing is g of 8. And so we're going to do g of 8 first. So g of 8 means we're going to go to the g function, and we're going to plug in an 8 for x, just like we were doing in the last section. So that's going to be 8 plus 3. And so then we see that g of 8 equals 11. So that's just like we were doing before. We plug in that number, and we just see what we get out. Now, we're not done yet, though, because now we have to take that, and we need to plug it inside into the outer piece. So the outer piece is an f here. So for f now, I'm going to take my answer from the first part, and I'm going to plug it in now to the f. So now that means I'm going to go over to this other function, the f function, and I'm going to replace x with 11. So it's going to be negative 2 times 11 minus 1. So you can see just like we did before now, but now over on the f function, I'm going to plug that number in for x. And so that's going to give me negative 22 minus 1, and that'll give me negative 23. So there's my final answer there. All right, let's try this again on number 18 here. So for number 18, I'm going to do the inside first. We're going to do h of negative 10. So once again, that means go to the h function and then replace x with a negative 10. And we'll just do our PEMDAS here. So that's negative 30 minus 4. And so h of negative 10 equals negative 34. So now, though I'm not done, I need to take that and plug it now into the outer function. So that's going to be g in this case. So I'm going to take that and plug it in there. So you get your answer from the inner piece and you plug it into the outer piece. So now I'm going to go over to the g function, plug in a negative 34 in for x. And I know this one is negative 68 minus 3. And if you're not sure on that, you can use a calculator if you want. And so we get our final answer here of negative 71. All right, so now we're going to move up here and do number 15. And I don't like the way that these are written, but they are often written like this. And so you can see we have this little like floating orb thing here. So whenever you see that, I want you to really just think of it like this, is that I can turn this into f of g of 10. So it's really, not 100. It's really the same as these ones that we did down here. And so it's in the same order. So we have this one is on the inside and then that one's on the outside. I don't know why they use that, but just you have to know that that means the same thing. So we're going to do the same thing. So I got to do the inside first. So I'm going to do g of 10. So g of 10 equals 2 times 10 minus 4. So I just went to the g function and plugged in the 10 there. And so then I got 20 minus 4 is 16. And so then now I have to go to the outer function. So in this case, that's f, and I'm going to take that 16. My answer from the first part becomes kind of the question on the second part. And so then f of 16 would just be, I plug it in right here. I get 16 minus 2, and so that gives me 14.